Today we're going to talk about Kevin Patrick being released by the WWE. It happened this morning, I believe. So the news are quite fresh and it's interesting. We're going to talk about the people's reaction, my thoughts on him, do a bit of a retrospective of his career. And of course, we're going to get into the details of why and how this happened. Before I do that though, I've been cooking a video about WWE 2K24 and also about WWE games and Royal Rumble as a concept in general. And it's going to be a fun one. So stay tuned to the channel. Moving forward, I also do want to cover news like this, review shows again, as I've been doing when I find the time. So, hey, if you enjoy that, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. That being said, okay, no more BS. Let's go ahead. This snippet is from Wrestling Insider, Pro Wrestling, or PW Insider, let me be correct on that. Patrick had been with WWE from March 2021 and on. He was promoted to lead Raw announcer in October 2022 before shifting to the SmackDown brand. While Patrick was liked personally, there had been a feeling for some time that he was not the right person for the role. WWE initially put Michael Cole back on the team with the internal hope that he would be able to steer Patrick in the right direction. PW Insider Elite.com reported the following on January 10th. There are some in the company watching to see how Kevin Patrick does on SmackDown without Michael Cole steering the ship. There's a feeling in some circles that Patrick really needs to step up as an announcer in the months ahead if he wants to maintain that position. PWInsider.com is told that Patrick had been set to travel to SmackDown this week in Florida. So it was obviously a last-minute decision. A last-minute decision that really didn't shock me. But we'll get to that in a second. Here he is. Yeah, it's insane. I was thinking they would phase him out eventually. No, they just said, you know what? We already felt a certain way about you, and you're not satisfactory, and we don't see anything else you can do in this company for now besides a commentary, so goodbye. So a lot of the people's reaction can be surmised as this one right here. Damn, we said take him off commentary, not fire the guy, so it's a bit of a whiplash, right? Well, what else was he gonna do though, to be fair? What else was he gonna do? You know what I mean? I understand people didn't enjoy his commentary, but damn, now he's out of a job completely. Best of luck wherever he ends up next. And that's a sentiment I share, especially the second part. He's out of a job completely. That's never a good thing. That's never something to be celebrated or I think taken lightly, unless the guy's a piece of crap. Anyway, I think Kevin Patrick is going to be fine though. I mean, he's young. He's worked with the WWE. I think he can translate that to his CV and find a great job. Now, I haven't done much research about him, so I don't know if he's interested in wrestling that much, or other sports. Maybe you can go to UFC, football, whatever, and continue his commentary career, get better at it, and return to the WWE one day. Why not? It is totally possible. Like I said, I agree with the second part. Out of a job, sad. I don't agree with the first part. This comment as well, I don't agree with this one. We just said, take him off commentary, not unemploy the man. Right? I'm not targeting this person specifically. Don't think it that way because a lot of people are saying the same thing. The reason why I don't agree with this stance is, all right, Kevin Patrick, the commentator of SmackDown, take him off of commentary. What else is he going to do? He's not Wade Barrett. Say, let's take out Wade Barrett. Like if you said that to Wade Barrett after he got released for some reason in a same or a similar circumstance, I would completely understand. Wade Barrett used to be a wrestler. Wade Barrett can offer other services, right? Help people, be a coach, perhaps even move to a position of producing. But we assume that because maybe Wade Barrett cannot teach anybody anything. Even if you gave him like $10 million, he might not have the skill set. And it looks like Kevin Patrick neither didn't have the interest, the plans to stay in the WWE, or he just didn't have a different skill set that would translate him doing another job. Like maybe they offered, we don't know this yet, said like you can appear in the panels before the PLEs. Like, Booker T, for example, now he's commentating on NXT, but, for a long while, he didn't commentate on anything, but he's kept appearing on those panels, right? Maybe they said, hey, go back there, maybe improve your stuff, and we can put you back out there. But that's not the case because the word was, just like the PW Insider article said, they have no confidence in Kevin Patrick. They wanted to see if he could sink or swim when he was left alone without Michael Cole. And in my personal opinion, he's sunk pretty badly. Since I started talking about it, let me finish it. I think he was even worse, especially last SmackDown. He was worse than ever before. I think he has the same problem with Excalibur where he just has this one voice and it sounds unrealistic. It sounds like he's pretending. It sounds like he's acting. It doesn't sound confident enough. It sounds weird. And I get it. Like you get 10,000 things set to your ear and you have to think of it on the fly and be super flexible. And I understand why Michael Cole, after so many years, is still on that job and is still very successful. Because if you look at his interviews with Pat McAfee, or if you look at him back in 2016 with the Cruiserweight Classic, was it 2016? I think so. When he's free of constraints, when he gets to speak without anybody telling him what to do or what to say, he's incredible. In fact, he's intimidating because he's so smart. He's so good with his words that I understand now why he's been in the position that he's been for so long. It makes sense. Kevin Patrick, it doesn't. I mean, let's talk about last week one more time. I said that was the worst I've ever seen him, right? Someone would cover, and Corey, the color commentator, Corey Graves, would have to call that out multiple times. It almost felt like, you know what? I know the writing is on the wall. I know what's happening. I know I'm pretty much getting fired. Maybe not this week. Maybe next week. Maybe a month later. But I'm done. Backstage, it's obvious they don't like me. Or maybe don't like me, not as far as, who I am, whatever. But they just don't like the job I'm doing. And I don't think I'm going to be able to change their mind. So let me just lay it in. It really felt like he laid it in and he didn't want to be there. He was silent. It was so awkward. Corey tried to pick him up so many times, which, by the way, I don't like Corey Graves as well. I'm not say I don't like, but I can say I don't mind him. I think it could be a bit better. And yeah, every time he spoke, the common criticism for him was that he was out of breath. Even in this calmest of situations, he would be like, oh my God, there you go, Bobby Lashley. He's doing this now. This would be him on a random SmackDown. And it would also be him at the main event of WrestleMania or whatever. I don't think he ever commentated the main event of WrestleMania. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that was a problem, man. Same with Excalibur. Again, he screams a lot, but that's him. In the smallest match where it really doesn't matter, but in the biggest moment as well. So it's not special. It's like doing a Canadian Destroyer every single time when you're in the ring. Eventually, if you do it all the time, it's not going to matter. You got to get those punches, simple body slams in there. So you got to speak in a different tone, different cadence. And when things pick up, you got to go crazy. And I never seen Patrick ever do that. So it amazes me that he got through NXT, got through Raw, got through SmackDown, hung on as much as he did till this moment. I mean, yeah. The wrestling business, in more than any other business, you don't get many opportunities unless you're very lucky. If you're like The Rock, Randy Orton, someone who has a pedigree in the business already. So whatever opportunity you get, even if it's the smallest one, you got to go for the kill. You got to go, if you're wrestling, wrestle like it's the last day of your life. And that doesn't mean go and do, extreme spots, but put on the best match that you can possibly put on. Make people remember you somehow. That doesn't have to be crazy moves. It can be, but say something maybe. Or change your entrance in a way. Or, John Cena recently got on Logan Paul's podcast. Start rapping. Why not play into that? And Kevin Patrick, in a clear opportunity to prove himself that he deserves to be here or there in the WWE, instead of doing that, trying his best, throwing everything he has at the wall in hopes of breaking it, it just seemed that, yeah, he knew the writing was on the wall. So I'm thinking that he just lost interest and he has different goals in life. Maybe he wasn't happy with his situation. Maybe he wasn't satisfied with his job. Or maybe, yeah, he says, yeah, commentary, you know what, it's not my thing. I don't know. When the fans don't really dig you and then the WWE themselves think you're not doing the greatest job, it's tough to be out there for a very long time. That combination is deadly. But yeah, that's it from me, man. Subscribe for more wrestling content. In fact, if you're interested in WWE 2K24, check out this video right here. I think you're going to like it. That being said, I'm out of here.